Culturists. The word parada or harada denoted vartaka or trader becomes evident from an inscription. But the society was not free from social restrictions. This was particularly true in matters of food and marriage. In fact, the emphasis was on the performance of duties attaching to one's status rather than on the rights of the individual or group. Women were accorded a place of honor in the society. Our sources are not helpful to form an estimate on the status and position of women in the ordinary rung. It may be surmised that they did not suffer from any such social restrictions as was the case with women of higher social status. But the princesses of the royal household interested themselves in literature and fine arts. Vijaya Bhattarika, wife of Chandraditya, brother of Vikramditya I, was a poetess of no mean repute who even won the praise from literary circles. Some were devoted to charity. For instance, Vijaya Bhattarika, Princess Kumkumadevi, the younger sister of Vijayaditya, and Vinayavati, the pious ladies connected with the Chalukya family, issued grants independently or interested themselves in the acts of piety and creation of endowments. Lokamaha Devi, the higher princess and queen of Vikramaditya II, built a temple at Patadakal. Princess Kumkumadevi took personal interest in the construction of a basadi at Gudijare. She also persuaded her brother to sanction a grant to a Brahmana scholar while they were in a camp at Kuhudinagar. Ladies of the royal household took part in the administration of the day. Princess Kumkumadevi was present with her brother in the war camp. An undated inscription of Vijayaditya mentions Lokantikumahadevi as administrator of Kuratakunta. If she is identified with Lokamahadevi, then this reference might suggest active interference of the queen in the administration. See, the Garnikas or the courtesans held a recognized place in social life. They were highly accomplished, being proficient in music, dance and drama. They even took part in charitable endowments. Vijayaditya's beloved mistress, Veena Pottigal, performed the Haranya Gava at Mahakuta and presented to the deity a pedestal set with rubies with silver umbrella over it. Chalab, another noted courtesan, endowed 3 pillars in the Vijayeswara temple. Matapodhama contributed to make 2 pillars. 44 courtesans were even honored by villages for the public benefactions. As regards the general character of the people, the Chinese Buddhist pilgrim has this to say: the inhabitants were proud, spirited and warlike, grateful for favors and revengeful for wrongs, self-sacrificing towards supplicants in distress and sanguinary to death with anyone who treated them insultingly. 45 This, significantly mentioned, almost in similar words, epigraph of the 7th century AD. It draws the Skuvir Ht. As good to the good, sweet to the sweet but deadly to the foe. Karnataka in the period of the Chalukyas was mainly an agricultural country with an abundance of rural settlements. Rural economy centered round communities of peasant proprietors. Lands were classified according to the fertility of the soil as black and red land, wetland, garden land, wasteland. Industries were organized on corporate basis. Trade, both inland and foreign, flourished. We have reference to trade with China and other countries. Ports on the west coast like Kalyana, Mangarat, Mangalore, and Mail were important centers of trade. Inscriptions of the Chalukya period mention a variety of local weights and measures. Among them mention may be made of Mana, 11.2 kg, Peru, 17.28 kg, Visa, 5 seers, and Bandaparu. Raja Mana was a standard measure. Matara or Matala, 4 or 5 acres, and Nivatana were land measurements. Religion. The observations of Yuan Kuang make it very clear that, in the sphere of religion, the people of Maharashtra continued orthodoxy with heterodoxy. He noticed the existence of the Buddhist viharas. There are about 100 sangamas with some 10,000 priests. They study both the great and little vehicle. They also highly reverence the devas, and there are several hundred temples in which many sectarians dwell together. He also noticed the existence of 5 stupas built by Asoka. Jainism was the first to enter Karnataka, even before Buddhism. It counted among its followers some nobles and high officials of the state. Ravikirti, the composer of the Aihole inscription, was a Jaina. The flourishing state of Jainism has been attested to a number of Chalukya inscriptions. But by and large, The members of the royal family were the followers of Saiva or Vaisnava ways of life, as the titles of paramas.